I guess.
Nasty. You're nasty.
You're gonna leave that one in, right?
Yeah, that's going to be the intro to the Get Offset podcast. My name is Emily.
And my name is Andrew.
Oh, I don't think I can do that to people. I don't think I can leave it in.
Imagine just hitting play and the first thing you hear is a belch.
It wasn't like the nastiest belch, but still, I think not what people want.
It wasn't a dry belch.
A giraffe. It wasn't so bad. It wasn't
Does
so
that
nasty.
work for? I mean, this is probably completely off topic for the show, but like there's dry farts, there's wet farts. Does that terminology transfer over to burps?
I feel like hot is a thing for burps. Like, is it a hot burp? Like, is it just like getting the gas out, or is there something brewing in there that's just like really? Is it a stinky hot burp?
Coming from the depths.
Yeah.
Yep. That's fair.
Yeah.
My goodness, life is strange, and what a week. 2022 has been so strange.
Yeah, it's been a lot of things all at once, hasn't it?
It has. Yeah. As if life could, because I've had like higher highs and lower lows in the last couple of weeks since we've started the new year. I guess just
last week.
The last week.
Yeah.
Recording
this on the 8th.
Yeah. It feels like it's been a month. So high highs,
I
low
was
lows.
Like, dude, I was looking at tracking and I was like, this tracking hasn't updated since the 7th. And I was like, it's the 8th, bitch. What?
Right.
What is up your butt? It is the 8th. It updated yesterday. Calm down. I was like, I literally thought it was like the 20th.
The roller coaster just gets more and more intense. 2020 was just a warm up.
My sister-in-law showed me a meme. Have you seen The Shining?
I don't think I've ever actually sat down and watched it. No, I just have seen like scenes from it.
Get the reference. Then I won't explain it to you.
Okay.
So, yeah, but it was involved The Shining, and it was with 2022.
Interesting.
And, it's like, Wendy, I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna bash your brains in.
Yep.
But Jack Nicholson was 2022.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And Olive Oil was All of Us. I forget that actress's name. Shelley something? Shelley Long? No. Shelley Long was from Cheers.
So, on a positive note, why don't I start with I'm going to start with my middle of the road what's new, and then I'm going to move to my like absolute highlight what's new, and then I'm going to move to my mixed bag what's new.
Oh boy, there's a mixed bag?
It's a mixed bag.
Okay, so, let's start with your middle of the road what's new, I guess.
I have joined the club. And the club is the Fender Stratocaster Lego Edition Club.
Nice.
So I'm going to have to, I think I'm going to take I'm going to need to find a Saturday and choose a vice of my choice.
It'd be really funny if you went live on YouTube assembling it.
That's actually not a bad idea.
You'd be like, again? Where's Emily? Who's this guy? Oh, wait, he's the guy from the podcast. There's a podcast?
I could do a dual camera setup and just do it here at my desk with like an overhead here.
That'd be cool.
And do OBS picture-in-picture.
That would be cool.
That's actually probably pretty doable.
Yeah. It was fun. I recommend it. That was really fun.
Maybe I'll have to give that a go.
Maybe you should do that. Someone just commented on like I did like a little short of like the completed product, and someone commented, "WTF? This isn't completed." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" All right. Sorry that you feel that way.
What wasn't completed about it?
I don't know. He did not expand upon the sentiment that it wasn't completed. It was very odd. It's like, okay. Because I did the amp, did the guitar, did
Yeah.
the foot switch. I don't know.
Is there like a stand you have to build out for it?
Yeah, I built the stand.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I missed something. Maybe we missed something.
Interesting. All right, so I'm gonna lead on into the highlight of my entire week here, and I genuinely mean highlight probably of my year so far. No, it's a lie. It's a highlight of my year.
I mean, yeah.
I got a message from a certain supporter of the show and friend, Damien.
Oh, I love Damien.
And Damien said, "Hey, you like Star Wars, right?" I was like, "Yeah." It's like, "Do you like collectibles?" I'm like, "Well, I haven't really gotten into them. Why do you ask?" And he was saying, "Well, I was going through. I think he said it was like his grandparents' attic or family members' domicile. We'll go with that." And he found some figures from his childhood that he didn't want anymore and didn't care to go through the effort of selling. And so he just sent them to me. And
Aww.
I don't know if he wants that to be broadcasted. I probably should have asked, but it's too late now. He was incredibly kind. And so
You could
these
always
are
just
from,
message him real quick. Nah.
yeah, I probably could do that. It says, and the note says, "Andrew, you already know what these are, but either way, I hope you enjoy them. Thanks for being a pal. Plus, actually, I don't want to read that. Plus,
Well, if it was David Ishizaka sending the note, you would have been able to read it.
thanks for being a pal. We'll go with that." And then there's a great Rick and Morty style drawing of episode 1. If this will focus.
Aww.
Of Obi-Wan cutting Darth Maul in half, and it says Qui-Gon is dead over there. Rest in pieces. And here's what he sent.
Oh my god, they're in the box.
They're in the box.
I think I
And
had
it's Darth
those.
Maul, Qui-Gon. So I'm going to have to, or not, and Obi-Wan. So I've got shelves in front of me. I'm going to have to put Obi-Wan on the high ground and one shelf up, and Darth Maul on the shelf below. I think that's going to be the play.
Nice.
Yeah, no, absolutely highlight of my week. I'm hyped. This is giving me flashbacks of my childhood as well.
Cool.
Which is funny because my parents wouldn't let me watch episode 1 when it first came out because of the scene where Darth Maul gets cut in half. They thought that was too graphic for a kid my age. And so, me loving Star Wars and
It was
not
such a
wanting to
clean
wait,
cut. Like,
right?
yeah, there was really no
I didn't
gore.
want to not watch, or so they would then let me watch it, but they would make me like pause this, like close my eyes for the scene when they finally let me watch it, and I was like, okay, cool, that's okay. I understand. They would just explain, oh, well, Darth Maul was killed. I'm like, I want to know how. One night they went out date night. Babysitter was watching me. I was like, I want to watch Star Wars. He's like, have you seen this before? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
And they like explained a couple scenes. Okay, you've seen it before. That's fine. Babysitter's like, all right, green light. Watched the whole thing. Did not close my eyes. Like, oh, he got cut in half.
Sneaky.
And my parents came home. They're like, and they just know. Yep. Bamboozled the babysitter.
Parents have a way of just knowing. It's amazing.
Yep.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah.
So, anyways, so much nostalgia. I unabashedly love episode 1. And that brings me to the nightmare that was my Wednesday night.
Oh boy.
I ordered a new phone for the first time in years. Ordered at the house. Was excited. Supposed to arrive Tuesday, ended up getting delayed. I'm sure snow had something to do with that.
Yeah.
Get the email notification while I was at work on Wednesday saying your package has been delivered. I'm like, and neither of us were home that afternoon. I was actually the first one home, and I got home like 7:30. And I get home, get out of the car, I'm like, where is it? Where is it? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Box isn't here. Like, when it's, I grab the flashlight and like looking through the bushes, like, where did it go? And it's just not there. And I'm aware that like stealing off of porches is a thing, but
yeah.
I've never had a package stolen off my porch. Never had an issue. And I'm like, of course it would be the one time I order something like nice for myself.
Yeah.
Start freaking out. So I start pulling up like the tracking, like make sure did it actually get delivered? Was that sent like in error? Is it a like did they take a picture of it? Like anything
Yeah.
like that. Like proof that maybe the delivery person just marked as delivered is going to come by later.
That
And I'm looking,
happens
I'm
a
like,
lot.
and then
Yeah.
it was none of those. It was
Oh.
completely self inflicted. And so I was looking and I realized that my Google autofill, when I went to go make the order, did a hybrid of my in law's address, who lives around the block from us, and my address to a third
Oh.
party's address who I do not know. I'm like, well, okay, cool. That's not great, but at least now I understand where it ended up.
Yeah.
Drive over there, knock on the door. I'm like, I am so sorry to be bothering you on Wednesday night. I recognize it's well after dinner time. I, I had my package sent here by accident. My in-laws live over there. I live over here.
Mhm.
The autofill screwed it up. I've got my ID. I've got my order number. I promise I'm
Yeah.
not trying to steal anybody else's package. And the wife had come out and she just looked at me with a blank face. Honey, and I'm like, okay, like maybe he's got the package in his office or something. He comes out, hands on his hips, and he just looks pissed. And I'm like, hi, sir, I'm so sorry to bother you. This is incredibly embarrassing. This is entirely my fault. And explain what happened again. And he just looks at me and says, okay, I understand. And I mean, I looked you up online. You seem like a totally normal person, but I'm not giving you the package. I was like,
What?
what? He's like, I've already called FedEx. They're going to be picking up tomorrow, but this could be illegal activity, and I'm just going to follow protocol here.
Uh,
So, and I'm like,
okay,
but
I get it.
like, I was like, okay, like, I get it, sir, but this is like, I ordered it from,
People do that. People do have things fraudulently sent to wrong addresses all the time. That
and
I
I
get
didn't
it.
know that was a thing until I got home and
Yeah.
looked it up. But I'm like, is there anything I can do to change your mind? He's like, nope. And I'm going to need you to leave now. And I'm like, and I'm sitting there at the front door knowing that my phone is right behind them and that I can't get it. And I'm just like, I am so upset. I go home, call FedEx. FedEx won't redeliver it because it's a high dollar item. And the retailer that they purchased it, I bought it straight from Google. Um, and
Damn.
So they wouldn't redeliver it. Google's like, well, it says it was delivered. Why are you asking for? We don't understand what the problem. And so they were like, we're going to open up an investigation. Like, well, now they think I'm trying to get an extra phone for free, and this is just a nightmare. And I was just sitting here. It was like 8:30, and I realized that the only way that I'm gonna like, I might either eating the money or I'm actually trusting that the other family is gonna return it to FedEx. It'll eventually make its way back, and in a couple of weeks, when Google processes it, I'll be
Yeah.
able to get it redelivered.
Oof.
And I was like, I don't know if I could like if I'm willing to trust that. And so someone in the patron chat was like, well, have you considered calling the police non-emergency line? Maybe they'd be willing to
Oh.
turn it over to the police.
Oh, that's a great idea.
So I called the police non-emergency line from my neighborhood. Officer came over and he just steps out. I was like, all right, what's going on? And I already explained a little bit over the phone. He's like, all right, talk to me. What did you do? And I'm like, I am so embarrassed. Let me show you all the
Yeah.
information. And so
I can
they
show
had
you that it's actually my credit card and not a fraudulent credit card that I used to make the
ID,
purchase.
credit card, phone, verified that it was indeed my email. My email was signed in and happened to be the email after my with my name on it, not just my spam email, which I
Yeah.
think is helpful. And he's like, okay, well, yeah, I'm convinced. Let me go see if I can. You stay here. I'll go talk to him and see. And I was just sitting there for half an hour by the window eating my dinner. Like, was so nervous I couldn't hardly eat. But I'm like, I need food. I need food. Like, got the window open. And I'm just sitting there at the end, like watching my driveway. And finally, I just leaned back, like, honey, I don't think it's happening. Maybe he got called on to something more important because I recognize that that's not what law enforcement should be used
No,
for.
that's literally their fucking job, dude.
I don't know.
I think
I was like,
so.
I don't think it's happening. So I started cleaning up and getting ready. I'd already put off. I play Age of Empires 2 every Wednesday with a buddy online to catch up, and I start settling in for that. And then my phone goes, and I answer it, and he's like, "Hey, it's Officer So and So. I'm in. I've got your phone. I'm out front. If you want to come
Okay.
outside." And
Hey.
I got to step out here. He just stares at me with a, "Yep, they were tough." And apparently he had been in their driveway for over half an hour talking with them, and it took them that long to agree to hand it over to police custody.
What did they think was going to happen to them
I
if they
don't
gave it to the
know.
police? Is my question.
Like, I don't know. I mean,
That makes me wonder if they were actually going to give it to FedEx.
that makes me
Frankly,
wonder that too. And the other thing,
no.
I don't want to assume worst intentions, but I mean, FedEx did say that they hadn't received, and that was one of the reasons why I was starting to panic, because they said that they had already called FedEx, and I said, and FedEx said that they hadn't received a call, and I'm like, I don't want to just sit here and wait for them to possibly get around to it.
Yeah, I think they might have thought free phone.
Maybe. I mean, I did
Yep.
tell them what was in the package, and I showed them showed them what it was
Yeah.
on my phone.
Wow. So,
So I
yeah,
got it back.
go whichever Patreon supporter made that suggestion.
Uh, I I don't remember off the top of my head. I'm not going to look it up right now.
All good.
But yes, thank you. I mean, there's a couple of them online that were cheering me on and following me through the process. And I think someone, I'm not going to name drop them. Someone's like, you should go key their cars.
No.
Like, no, I'm not going to actually.
If
But
you want to join,
It
and if
was
you want to
cathartic.
join our Discord server and be part of conversations like that, all you have to do is support us on Patreon for at least $5 a month.
Yep. That was a good conversation.
Cathartic, at least. Yeah, I don't think they were going to return the phone.
I'd like to think best intentions. So that's what I'm going to choose to believe. But
I don't know if a cop came and was like, I think you should turn over. If you think it's stolen property or like fraudulent, just give it to
I
the
want to know what
cop.
he had to say to convince them. Because, like, did he come out saying, hey, I just talked to the guy, it's legit? Or did he come out saying, hey, we got a report of the package being delivered here. We're going to take it into custody. Like, did they have to say, we're going to take it into custody pending further investigation as evidence or something? Like, I don't know what he would have had to say or why it took over half an hour for conversation. He just looked like he had like walked out of like a family Thanksgiving dinner worth of argument with the crazy racist uncle and just the yep.
Yeah, that was weird, man. That's very
Yeah.
weird.
So
I don't know. Some people are just weird, you know? Maybe they were legit, maybe they were fine, but some people are just very odd about that kind of thing, and then they don't want to be part of something odd. And just so listeners know, that is like a real scam that people pull. They'll have things delivered to fraudulent addresses so they're not attached to it, and they'll come and hope that you're at work and scoop it while you're not there. And it happens a lot. People, I think it happens a lot at hotels, especially. Um, so yeah, that's a real thing.
that's yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, my What's News aren't as exciting, or I guess. I'm gonna blame Ryan from Demos in the Dark for this though. Oh no, it's a game
Barber effects game
changer.
changer.
I haven't plugged it in yet, I just got it, but I'm excited to try it out.
Thanks, Ryan.
I know. He's like, yeah. He said he was pretty converted on it. Yeah, and I was featured in an article on guitar.com.
That's
Bearing the lead. Yeah, I think so. I think it's pretty fucking rad.
yeah.
Yeah. So I was it might have been the first person to legitimately use our contact form in like forever, because it's mostly spam, so it just goes all to
It's
spam.
like random ads for Viagra.
I don't know why you have that.
I don't know either. I just like picked it up. I was actually trying to like I was trying to like push a pin in a toy for the kiddo,
Oh
and I just
boy.
grabbed this out of my thing, and that was like 2 days ago because I haven't been at my desk in a day or two, and I just pulled it up just now to notate something on a post-it note. I'm like, wait a minute, what does this say?
You probably saw it and thought it was fucking hilarious and just
I'm
pocketed
sure
it.
it was something like that where I was like, ha ha ha, and then I've just forgotten that
Viagra.
I ever had that thought.
And now you're just mortified.
No, I still think it's funny.
You're like, oh, yeah. Um, yeah, so that was really cool. It was just like an online forum, so I didn't actually talk to anybody. But yeah, you read it. How was it? Was it a
It
good
was
read?
good. Well written. Good answers.
Well written because I wrote it.
Right.
That's a joke. It was a question and
Humble
answer
brag over
format.
here.
Humble brag. I didn't write everything, but people seem to be responding really well to it, so that's really nice. You know, I they linked to some Sunday Crush stuff in there, which is cool. I was surprised. I didn't know that guitar wasn't they didn't have a magazine in print anymore.
Did not know that. I'm also a jerk. Um, it's Pal and Such
Pal,
from
PAL
Damien.
and such.
Yeah, Pal
Oh,
plus Such.
cool.
The part that threw me is
What's
the
the
H,
such?
like it looks like it bled just a little bit, and now it looks almost like a K. And I was like, Pal
Oh.
and Such. What? That I don't
Oh.
understand. Now I'm questioning everything, and I just looked at him. Like, oh yeah,
Ew.
duh. Pal and Such.
That
That makes rational sense.
makes more sense, yeah.
Right.
Just a good old pal and suck.
Sounds like palindrome, but
It sounds like a
is that the
okay.
new friends with benefits term? This palinsuck?
No more Netflix and chill. You want to come over and pal and suck?
Oh no. Oh no.
I'm sorry.
Yep. There it is.
I have some biodegradable straws. But yeah, I think the thing that people that got really pulled out of this article, I'm sorry, I fucked it up. I fucked it up. Just fucked it up.
What?
I think the people that I think the people are really pulling out of this article is do you know who the Turtles are?
No.
So happy together. That band?
Yeah, that
I
sounds
can't
familiar. Yep.
see. Well, one of the members of the Turtles, Mark Volman, he was one of my professors in college. And I remember he said something in one of our classes was that every successful artist has to have confidence. And at the time, I remember thinking that it was such bullshit. Like everyone's riddled with self doubt, and I just thought it was full of shit, basically. Um, and the older I get, the more right I think he is, and I hate him for that. I hate how right I think he is because and this is the headline of the article: if you don't believe in yourself or your art, why should anyone? And just the importance of exuding confidence, even if you have those feelings of doubt when you're presenting your art. It's important. It's like one of those big mistakes that a lot of performers and singer songwriters especially make before they play is, oh, I just know I'm gonna mess this one up or something like that. Or, oh, this is a new one, so I'm not as familiar with it. So if I mess up, be nice. So now people are expecting mistakes.
Right.
And you're trying to, like, I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to,
Cushioning the expectations.
yeah, yeah. But is that what you want to do? Or do you want people to, like, make up their own minds and if you have like not cockiness, there's a difference between confidence and cockiness. Cockiness is like I'm the absolute shit, I'm better than everybody, but confidence is more intrinsic. Like
Yep.
I'm happy with what I'm doing,
Mm-hmm.
and I hope that you can also see the value in what I'm doing and what I'm creating. And it's more self-fulfill, like you feel fulfilled with yourself. And I think that's what confidence really is. And even if like you have doubt, because I have lots of doubt all the time. Like I don't know sometimes if a demo is any good before I release it, or if a show is
Sure.
good at all if I play it, or something I wrote or played sounded good or whatever. Um, but I'm not going to sit up there and be like, it probably sucks, but I'm gonna. The confidence can be as little as going like, "Oh, here you go. Here's that thing I did. I hope you like it." It doesn't have to
Yep.
be like this is this amazing thing I worked so hard on. It doesn't have to be a caricature. It can be much more subtle than that. It can, and I think that's like the most. I think it's like the Pete Davidson kind of confidence. You know what I mean? Because he's a little disparaging, sure, but
He
he's
is. Yeah.
also, but he's got plenty of confidence because he exudes that comfort. That's that comfort of who he is and what he is, and he does make fun of himself a lot, but I think those two things can work together. What do you
Yeah. I
think?
mean, it works for him really well. I mean, modern bad boy kind of perspective, but I mean, any quote unquote bad boy going back for decades has had that level of confidence, and that's what a lot of people are intrinsically attracted to. But I think the thought that runs in my mind is someone who's very self critical and someone who can be critical of other musicians. Um, I try not to be critical of other people if I don't actually know what they're doing. So I'm not like look at a keys player and be like, oh, they're a terrible keys player. But like I'll follow some of like a drummer, for instance, like oh yeah, okay. Even if I could do a better job, I understand what's going on with how they're playing at a
Yeah,
level where I can like kind of pick it apart in my brain. The part that I forget is not every single one of the faces in the crowd is doing that,
yeah,
and that's always throwing because playing. uh, I mean, my experience playing for churches is people aren't even focused on the musicianship either. So
mm,
for me to sit there and be like, that wasn't very good or whatever, and people would still come and be like, oh, that was great. I'm like, did you not hear all X, Y, and Z bad things?
yeah.
My tone
They
was
didn't
trash
know.
today. They have no
They weren't
idea.
listening. No, people don't notice like the 5 mistakes you make over an hour set.
Yep.
Everybody makes a
But what
mistake during their set.
but what people do notice, attitude, energy. People have a
Yeah.
strong BS meter in like naturally.
Yeah.
So
People remember
I mean,
how
not
you make them
everybody, but I
feel,
mean,
you know?
yeah.
Yeah. Most people are at shows and listen to music to like have an experience, have hopefully a good
Hmm.
time. And to try to um at least exude enough confidence that it doesn't detract from their experience is really important. And to believe in yourself, because you have to believe in yourself enough to even get up on a stage to begin with. Like that's the first step of confidence as a
Yep.
performer is to go to the open mic nights, to try to book gigs, to go out to shows, to network, to release music, to just do the fucking thing. That's the first step. And then from there, taking criticism well, like if you can take criticism well, that's a sign of confidence too.
Right.
Because being able to take criticism well is to not to just like accept all criticism and make changes based on it, but to know and really understand which criticisms to accept and apply and which ones, maybe mean well, but aren't quite for you. Because like, the you've seen our comment section. I get a lot of criticism and some are, fair. Some criticism that we get is fair. And some is bullshit. You know? Uh,
Yep. There's been
because
some weird comments lately on that note, but
you haven't seen the TikTok, dude.
I have not seen the TikTok.
Oh
No.
my god.
Uh, so a thought that comes to mind is like confidence versus pride because like to like take pride in what you do is different than being prideful, and I think it's there's a delineation between the two that it's hard to nail down, but
Hmm.
I think whether or not you receive criticism well is a key indicator there. So if you're prideful, you're like, what do you mean I'm bad? Like,
Or a narcissist, yeah.
right. Or if you're confident, you're like, oh, okay, I hadn't considered it that way. Let me think about this and
Yeah.
see if it applies critically and give it a fair shot.
Yeah.
Without immediately going, oh yeah, you're right. I'm such a terrible. Yeah, my tone sucks. I know. It's like totally different.
Yeah, like for the demo channel, sometimes you still get comments. We still get comments that are like, "Oh, you should start by playing the pedal." And like, there's plenty of channels that do that.
Yep.
And you're welcome to either watch one of them, or it sounds like you have a pretty clear creative vision. Maybe you should start your own channel and do that. Go for it. Because that's just, I've done it a few times and I've just not found that the payoff is necessarily as strong. And again, like I'll do it when the inspiration hits me and when I have the time and when I want to, but I'm not going to do it for every single pedal.
Yep.
Yeah. It's not my full-time job. If it were, maybe I would, you know? But I have another job. I have a day job and
Yep.
yeah.
I too have a day job.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It's a lot of
True
work.
story.
True stories. So yeah, it's so that's what I think. And that's like exuding confidence takes practice. It's not like anything in life, and any change that you make. When people say things like that, they often leave out the part where you have to really practice to make those kinds of changes in your perceptions, in your presentations.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not gonna. It's gonna be an uphill battle because some days
Body
you're
language,
yeah,
verbal choice. Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
decision making.
yeah. Just practice it day by day, and you're gonna find that you probably get better at it. You're not gonna like start to exude confidence like that. And if you try, you're probably gonna look like an asshole because you're probably gonna do it in a very weird, awkward kind of way. It's like you don't just go run a 5K after not running. You're gonna hurt
Right.
yourself.
I tried to hurt myself apparently. Playing soccer last night for the first time in a while, like actually playing soccer.
Yeah.
And turns out trying to pivot 195 pounds on a dime way harder than when I was in high school and I was just pivoting, 125 pounds on a dime.
Yeah.
Very different dynamic.
Yeah.
And
Pivoting is
the blood blister on my big toe shows.
ah.
Eh,
Ah.
what can I say? I got to go hard.
Gross, dude.
I wasn't going to give it the goal.
Gross.
Also, slide tackling hurts way more at this weight than it did. Like, I just bounce off of a slide tackle before and I hit the ground a couple times. Like, yeah, I'm going to walk this out.
Ooh. Yeah. So that
So that was confidence is a huge takeaway. And I like that quote. I like that approach. I wonder how, I'm curious to hear your thoughts on how does that relate to the fake it till you make it mentality?
it's the same. It's part of it. It's a big part of it. Um you know, there it's real. It's fake it till you make it is the reason it has persevered in our culture as like an idiom or whatever, a cliche or whatever the fuck it is because there are nuggets of truth in it.
Sure.
Like it's the same as dress for the job you want, not the job that you have. I'm like, okay, then get me a goddamn nudie suit because I just want to be. That's the job that I want. I want to be in a country band so badly. Um, no, it's because there's truth in it, and I think that is very much about like practicing a mindset. And I just can't stress enough that mindsets have to be practiced as much as physical activities, as much as like playing guitar, as much as anything that you want to make a change. And I think that's part of faking it till you're making it. um, but I think that phrase gets a bad rap because of the word fake, the phrase the fake it part. Because no one wants to be fake or fake something. Um,
Well, I mean, I think the implication is fake it till you make it is like a transitional thing where
yeah,
you don't know what you're doing at first, but it's not like you're going to leave it at that,
yeah,
as opposed to I'm just going to fake it and
yeah,
just not work on it moving forward.
yeah. You're not just going to know everything right away.
Very different than failing up.
it is different than failing up. It's kind of the opposite. Yeah, failing up is the idea of you get fired from a job because you were bad at it, and then your next job you get a higher title and position even though you literally failed from your last job. That's what failing up is, and it is
It's the
extremely
strangest
frustrating to
phenomenon.
watch. It is so common in the business world. It's
It's
common in music too.
so angering. I actually just got a notification that someone I used to work with, who I just got a new job. I'm like, how? We were at the same job, same position
Yeah.
4 years ago, and they were just an absolute mess of a human.
Yeah.
Total jerk. Like last week, like just stopped showing up in uniform, showed up in jeans and a t-shirt, looked at management and said, I'm gone in a week anyways, so you want to do the paperwork to fire me, or you want to just let me roll this out? Yeah. So that kind of thing, just mess of a human. And he's like, wait, how did
Failing up?
been fired from like 3 jobs in 4 years?
Dude.
It just keeps going up every single time. I don't understand. It does not make sense.
Must be charming as fuck.
I mean, at first.
In an interview, yeah. Yeah, they'll figure it out. They don't look at that and are like, why? That's a lot of jumping. It's normal. It's more normal for people, my age and your age to move jobs more frequently, but that's a lot. Shit. Woof. I got nothing to add. I don't have anything to add to that. That's fucked. Wow.
That is the exception, not the rule, though. It's a strange phenomenon that I genuinely have no explanation for. I would love an explanation at some point. Maybe he's just cracked some sort of code. But I don't know what that code could possibly be, nor do I think it's worth doing that to anybody else around you to get there. So.
I think that there's a big second chance culture for specific types of people in the world get more second chances. I'm not going to say it. I don't want to get that heat on me today.
So
again, right, you haven't seen the TikTok comments the past couple days.
I shudder at the thought.
People are weird, man.
People are strange. You know, also strange. You see, I put an article in the Discord that scientists have come up with a air freshener that reads your mind.
What?
Makes sense when you think about it. So what else in the article should we extrapolate on here?
God fucking damn it.
There it is.
I don't know. What else did you read? You read the article.
I did.
You want to talk about the first thing on my writer? That was my brother's favorite when he finally read it.
Yes. Yeah, that one threw me for a loop because I'm sitting here like thinking of all the different things I could possibly ask for. And a fluffy, oversized bath towel.
First thing on my fucking writer. That's what I would do.
I don't know. Like, am I a strange human for not really caring about what my towel feels like?
Dude, when the alternative is probably like this big,
yeah,
scratchy, and touched a lot of other asses, yeah you're weird.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I did an internship in Eastern Europe where I was traveling around staying at various hotels and residences using whatever towel happened to be available.
Yeah, but you were a lot younger then.
I mean, yeah, I was like 19 or 20.
Yeah, that's see, I think as you get older, you kind of want just like those little itty bitty luxuries in your life. And having a really nice bath towel is one of those. And those kind of things that feel like home. Some advice I've always gotten for tour is bring your own shampoo and soap so that you kind of feel a little bit more like you're at home instead of relying on whatever is at a hotel or whatever is at a venue, perhaps, um, to give you a little bit, make you feel a little bit more grounded. So I think having a nice bath towel kind of plays into that. But like other stuff for a writer, the only thing I could think of, because you got to ask sometimes for like really specific things, dude. Like I want to make sure we have enough seats for everybody. Kind of important. Not guaranteed. And um, yeah, important. So like things like food, drinks, fuck that. Just give me a per diem. I think a lot of people are kind of moving to tours are moving to per diem so people can just like get what they want, or they can save their money instead of doing whatever. Like I think it was Steve Selvage told me that he would, for a while, he just saved his per diem and ate peanut butter sandwiches on tour so he could pay off an amplifier he bought or wanted. Like just extra money. It adds up, you know?
Sure. I mean, I guess that makes sense.
So yeah.
I'm used to,
Yeah.
like in the corporate world, per diems usually use it or lose it.
Oh, no.
So
No.
yeah, that makes
No,
sense.
you get it from you get cashed out. You basically get handed
Yeah, yeah.
cash, I think, usually, or like deposited.
I saw I forget what group I saw it posted. Someone posted like the writer for the Grateful Dead. It was really like the most ridiculous asks.
Like what? Sometimes you ask
Um,
for things just to see what you can get.
I don't understand. That feels wasteful.
What were they asked? Do you remember what they were asking? There's the website that I looked at a lot in high school to see what the writers would say. And sometimes they would be funny, but for the most part, they're real writers are pretty boring.
I mean, it wasn't anything particularly ridiculous. So I'm just thinking of like the number of people in the band versus the amount that they had asked for.
Well,
I
it's not
mean,
just for the band, it's for the everybody. It's for the people working, it's for the
I
engineers,
guess I
it's
don't know.
for the sound guys. Like
A
if you're
lot of
looking at a big
alcohol.
tour, yeah, there's always a lot of alcohol.
Yep.
But that's for like yeah, it's for like the lighting guys, sound guys, everyone who goes on tour with them. They're kind of included in the writer
I'd have
often.
to take a look at it again, but yeah, I mean, that was a strange one to read through.
The Foo Fighters one was always pretty funny to me. They had some humor in there. They asked for granola, and they said good granola. If in doubt, ask a hippie. I remember that one.
That's pretty good.
Of course, the Van Halen writer is always really famous because they put little Easter eggs in there, um, knowing that if things weren't followed to a T, there could be a major safety violation, like the M&M thing. They wanted all the blue M&Ms taken out of the bowl or something like that. So if they had an M&M bowl, but there were blue M&Ms in it, they'd shut everything down and double check the safety elements. Because like David Lee Roth would be like flying across the stage and shit or whatever on like a harness. So it was really a matter of safety. That's a great, yeah. Early Van Halen is a great example of really creative solutions. See, this is why we can't record this late because of the sun right now.
Modern
um,
problems require modern solutions.
they had really great solutions for their problems.
Okay, so
Like
it's just
not
indicative of like a lack of attention to detail.
yeah,
And so
that's
what else
exactly
did they
right.
miss?
Yeah, that's exactly it. And then there were other things they would do that were probably a little bit less appropriate for
I mean, yeah, Van
the
Halen.
show. Well, but like for money saving things to get like the show broken down a lot faster. I forget exactly what they did, but David Lee Roth had like some creative solutions for that, and it it worked. It was like basically if you tear down faster, you can party or you get a bonus or something like that. I forget what
Oh,
it
just like
was.
incentivization.
Yeah, he really was good at incentivizing people to and in turn save them a lot of money. So, good businessman in that regard.
Right, right. Because like if you're setting up, if you're loading in, you're on a strict deadline. If you're loading out, it's not nearly as unless there's a that makes sense.
Yeah. Funny music writers. Van Halen. Oh, it's no brown M&Ms. Mariah Carey wanted kittens.
That might be like the first time I've resonated with Mariah Carey.
Yeah, so some people do put kittens does sound pretty funny. No brown M&Ms. Van Halen's 82 writer infamously stated that under no circumstances were there to be brown M&Ms. It was recently revealed this very specific request was to test whether promoters were reading the writer and contract thoroughly if the band got to the green room to discover brown M&Ms. They knew it was highly likely another more important detail was missed. Mariah Carey wanted 20 white kittens and 100 doves once. They got the doves but had to veto the kittens. Also, like, you'll see these writers and things like alcohol will often be just like crossed out. They're living contracts. Mustard.
But why the doves?
Why not?
I guess I just don't understand. I'd make a terrible rock star because I'm too pragmatic. I don't care about that. That doesn't. I don't get it. Okay, so like I've jokingly said before, then I don't know where the quote originally came from, but it's the whole like the problem with the world is too many people are asking why and not enough asking why not. But there's sometimes I just can't help asking, but why not? But why? And I have a hard time settling into the why not.
Kanye West asks that his driver only wears 100% cotton clothing. Is that a religious thing? No mixed fibers?
I know Old Testament Hebrew under the Mosaic Law would say that you can't mix fibers.
Yeah.
So that's a Levitical law. I guess that'd be Levitical law.
This
but that's also like the same law that says you can't eat pork and shellfish, and if your woman's on her period, that any seat that she sits on is unclean unless it's washed, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's like same grouping of like very strange laws that shouldn't apply anymore for a handful of reasons I don't need to get into right now. But I guess I suppose it's possible that he decided to take some of those on for funsies. Or maybe it's just part of his like a stunt to push his clothing company. If that's one of their sticks, I don't know anything about his brand.
But I don't want to. Bloodhound Gang asked for one refrigerator magnet of local interest, which I think is adorable.
Okay, that one I get. I understand that one.
I actually really fucking like that one.
Yeah, that's great. Wait a minute.
I love that. Fuck. That's smart. I like that.
You should adopt that.
I should adopt that. But I can't put magnets on the front of my refrigerator because it's stainless steel. I can only put them on the side. I can put them on the dishwasher though.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll ask for a
button. You can also just get a whiteboard for a part of your home and just hang it up with magnets.
Katy Perry asks that her driver will not start a conversation with her. Fair, frankly.
I don't blame her.
I don't blame her either. When Britney Spears played the O2 Arena in 2011, her writer included a fish and chip supper, a framed photograph of Princess Diana, McDonald's cheeseburgers without the buns, and 100 figs and prunes.
So someone was on a diet but wanted some comfort food.
I like just bring your own fucking picture of Princess Diana. God damn it.
That one feels a little. I mean, I guess was that before or after she passed? Because I feel like if it's after she passed, it's
2001.
Almost a little...
2001.
Yeah, so after.
Yes.
So that feels a little gratuitous.
Yeah. That is a little gratuitous. Let's see. Here's one. Drake wants Nivea chapstick.
He wants a chapstick brand that he's attached to. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why you would just not bring. I guess just to make sure it's always there.
Sure. Chapstick's easy to lose. It's not that
Oh,
strange.
here's a nice one from Bush. No less than 10% of all security personnel should be female. That's great. Yeah, that's actually really important. I got groped at a show once and I had to talk to security, and I didn't really want to explain what happened to a guy at the time. And I said, "Do you have any female security guards?" And they said, "Not tonight." And I think he regretted not having a female security guard on that night. It's weird. This article does not understand the why of that. They just say interesting. They think it's a creepy
They're just being
request.
woke.
No, I think they think it's like a creepy request. But no, that's actually a great thing. And if you're having an event with security, you should always have at least a few female security guards. I don't know. Corn. Access to a rock friendly lawyer, medical doctor, dentist, masseuse, and or chiropractor.
Wow.
Okay. That's be prepared.
Masseuse and chiropractor, I could see like being on the road.
Yeah.
The other ones, I don't.
I
I
feel
mean,
like
maybe
they should
that was
have
just
their
mid tour
own.
and they needed some checkups, and it was the only stop that they asked for it.
But the lawyer is like, you should have your own.
Right.
Like everything else is like fine, but the lawyer is what gets me there.
Rock friendly.
Rock friendly lawyer.
As opposed to blues friendly.
Oh my fuck.
None of these blues lawyers, man.
No blues lawyers. Rock lawyers only. Trent Reznor requested 2 boxes of cornstarch. Questions.
I have questions, and I don't think I want them answered. I think is the problem.
Oh, Foo Fighters. They have the pickiest and most absurd requests according to this article. I think that's a mean thing to say. From they want some used DVDs, not new, used ones. Just they want to watch some shit. No sports titles or Martin Lawrence. To any magazine, no Spin, Rolling Stone, or People. That seems normal.
Yeah.
That show us you have a brain and fantastic interests. This one thinks that people. They're like, this one takes the cake as being absurd. Please make arrangements for leftover food to be collected by a local soup kitchen homeless shelter.
That's not absurd.
Or our roadie that looks like Osama bin Laden. Okay, that's not very nice. Ooh.
I shouldn't laugh, but
Yeah.
I imagine if they're friends with the roadie that was a agreed upon in joke. But
yeah. And this is how specific writers have to be. Iced down beer. Yes, you do have to request that it's cold. Yes, you actually do. Cooler with ice. Small box of emergency shower gel, DVDs used or find, and magazines. Metallica
that's not
asked for
strange.
lots of bacon.
They want to be they don't want to waste food. They want to have a little bit of entertainment, but they're not asking for brand new stuff, so
yeah,
it's not wasteful.
Yeah,
that's not that weird.
That's not that weird. Metallica wants hot breakfast for 100 people. 2 gallons of every juice you can think of. 9 or so brands of cereal. I mean, if they have 100 people working for them, why the fuck wouldn't they want breakfast for 100 of them?
And breakfast is the best meal.
Yes. A lot of bacon.
I was just I hit the gym this morning on the way home. I stopped at the store for something real quick, and then they had steak on sale, which then turned into I got sourdough bread and eggs and avocados, and I did avocado toast and steak for breakfast.
Yum. Gnarls Barkley asked for 1 pack of Magnum condoms.
Right. Was he collecting them, I suppose?
Also asked for at least 2 pairs of white men's athletic socks. Swisher Sweet Blunts.
In case the condoms aren't needed.
And bottles of Hennessy and Grey Goose. Mm-hmm. This one's nice. OzZY wants an ear, nose, and throat doctor available.
I mean, yeah. If
Fair.
he's straining his voice all the time, that makes sense.
Also, 3 oxygen tanks available at Loden.
That knowing it's OzZY, I'd imagine that has to be drug related, but I'm not sure how because I'm innocent.
No. I don't know if it's drug related. I think it might just be OzZY related. I mean, just having oxygen
I mean, I know he's getting old,
gives
but
you
damn.
energy, and this doctor has
Yeah.
to be able to administer a B12 shot. So my guess is he just needs it for like needed it for an extra boost of energy.
I mean, if he's playing a long set, I suppose. Maybe
Yeah.
I'm just being too harsh.
MIA asked for female extras at every tour stop. That's kind of cool. Yeah, lots of stage presence. So they'd just be like standing on stage. That's kind of cool. That's easier than taking extras along with you. Van Halen, the M&Ms. Steve Aoki wanted 2 medium-sized cakes reading DIMMAK.
Okay, so
Dimac.
honestly, the only strange one is the 100 dubs to me so far. Like for like outlandish.
He also wants an inflatable boat or dinghy. 4 confetti blast machines. He
Okay,
asking
now
for
that's starting to get weird.
confetti machines. No, the whole steady yes for can get confetti machines sometimes. Cher wants a wig room. Whole one, just for the wigs. Also, black solo cups, not red ones.
Classy.
Yes. Mary J. Blige wants a private toilet with a new toilet seat. And yeah, I respect it. I respect it. I really do. Oh, and she requests this is again, she must have had a bad experience because she requests specifically hot and cold running water. Yeah.
All right. Well, I've got nothing else for the article.
Motley
Everything else is
Crue, a submachine gun.
yeah, that sounds about right.
Madonna, 20 international phone lines. That would get X'd out immediately. I'm sorry. Sorry, there's 3 more. Marilyn Manson asked for a bald headed, toothless sex worker. That got X'd out, I'm sure.
That's
Iggy Pop asked for a Bob Hope impersonator. I think he just wanted to see if he could get it. Sometimes that's what you do. I do remember reading his. It's pretty long. Entire pages dedicated to live mixes. Again, must have had a bad experience requesting someone who can speak English. A rant about Santiago de Compostela. 2 dedicated, intensely loyal security people. Strong coffee, enormous pizzas, baguettes, chocolate, yum yum, nice beer, dinner for 10, playing cards. His room is to be designed by somebody, quote, loose with a little bit of flair. And finally, Mariah Carey with her doves. Yes. She also wanted pink carpet. You want to be comfortable, but what I want to know what specific show this was because that cannot possibly be the ask for every single show. That can't. That has to have been like something very specific. Because she wants a Rolls Royce, pink carpet, pink podium, confetti shaped butterflies, 80 security guards, and a 15-person entourage. Yeah. Cool. Well, that was I haven't done that in a long time. That was fun. Iggy Pop's and the Foo Fighters are as wild as I remember them being. Yeah.
if you had to hang out with one, who would you hang out with?
Iggy.
Because I got the other answer.
What was your answer?
I'd have to go with Foo Fighters, but
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I think Dave Grohl is the coolest, but Iggy is a legend, and I would love to hang out with Iggy Pop.
I think they're both legends.
They are both legends, but I want to ask him so many. He has more things I have questions about. I want to ask him about some of these things, and also he's asking for enormous pizzas. And I like what he's asking for. Yeah. I definitely do not want to hang out with Gnarls Barkley.
Yeah, I can't say I would care to either.
I would want to hang out with Mariah also.
I don't think I'd care to.
Can you imagine? So there's a source for just one last thing before we go. A source told the Daily Mail, "We did manage to source the doves we were going to release into the sky, but the kittens proved terribly difficult. Like, how can we find and look over? Oh, this was a Christmas celebration. This was a unique show. So I guess the doves were to be released. I don't know what the kittens were for other than serotonin."
Let them run around on stage and hope they don't fall off the edge.
Yes. Oh, I forgot I did have a what's new. Another what's new. My blue blocker glasses.
There you go. Mine are in my backpack, which are... Oh, no, I left them on my desk at work. Whoops.
Yeah, these are very intense amber tinted, as you can see.
Oh. We'll get the job done, though.
They've kind of... I saw an ad for glasses that looked very like Jeffrey Dahmer's glasses, and then they were called the DAMIR. And someone said, like Jeffrey Dahmer, but spelled differently. And then I guess they weren't American, the company. They just kept winking at those comments. And finally someone said, "Do you understand that these both look like and are named after an notorious cannibalistic serial killer?" And then and then to that one, they're like, "Oh yeah, we've renamed them." Yeah, I'll do it. Cool. Well, that's all I've
winky
got.
face, it's someone saying, "Are you sure?" is a pretty fairly safe, generic response for any social media managers who might not know entirely what their product is.
Yeah. And then then someone actually spelling it out for them, they're like, "Ugh." Oh.
Hey, boss, you might want to come take a look at this. And you're just gonna...
Oh, that's who Jeffrey Dahmer is? Oh.
Yeah. The boss walks over. He's like, "I was wondering how long it would take for someone to notice that."
Immediately.
Really?
Immediately. Everybody. Just nobody thought they needed to spell it out, I guess. That's all I got. Ending this note on Jeffrey Dahmer, I guess. Sorry.
It's fair.
Should have ended on the doves. Well, please like, comment, subscribe everywhere. Spotify does reviews now, so you can review on Spotify.
Ooh, wow.
And iTunes. Yeah, thanks for watching.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for understanding. Until next time, my name is Emily.
My name's Andrew.
Goodbye.
Bye.